LaTonya I am a mother of 3 boys. My youngest son, Torin, right here, is with me. He is diagnosed on the autism spectrum. And he was diagnosed on the autism spectrum back when he was around about 3.5 years old. He was around about 18 months old, and I noticed that he wasn't doing a lot of things that all of my other friends' kids were doing. And so I was like, no, something's wrong with my child, And so I took him to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician was just like, some kids, just, progress and develop slower than others, but there's nothing wrong with him. I did a lot of research on kids who were on the autism. I think it was actually an episode I saw on Oprah that really kind of inspired me, because I had a home daycare that I had for 7 years, and I had a child, actually a couple of kids in my home daycare that I thought was on the autism spectrum as well. And so there was an article that I had read, and also the episode on Oprah, they told all the different things and signs to look for with a child who has the autism spectrum. And so I went on the internet, did a lot of research of my own. I went back to the pediatrician, and I was like, I really think something's wrong with my son. I think that he is on the autism spectrum. He had really serious behavior issues. He cried all the time. He had tantrums. He, like I said, he didn't say mama or dada or anything like any of the other kids did. It took him a long time to walk. And so the pediatrician went on, and because we had him for all of our kids since they were babies, and so he went on and agreed to have Torin to be sent to a psychologist. And the psychologist saw him. The psychologist saw that his behavior issues was pretty bad, and the psychologist immediately wanted to put him on medication. And I was totally against wanting to put him on medication at that age. I felt like there was something else that I can do as far as therapy or something else that I can do differently for him. But he just barely made it over that curve where they said that, that he was, within the right percentile. And so they told me to bring him back when he was 18 months. So I brought him back to be tested again through the Sooner Start program. And they tested him, and they said, well, yes, your son does have some delays. So through the Sooner Start program, I was able to get him free therapy for occupational and speech. They came to the home and everything. I wanted more to be done. I felt like even though he was getting therapy, I felt like I needed to have an answer as to what is wrong with my son going forward so I could help him. And I truly knew in my heart, that he had autism just because of the things that I was seeing. And so we, from there, went to go have him diagnosed with another psychologist who did all the testing and everything on him. They brought us back after they did the testing like a month or 2 later. And then they told us, answered my question and told us, yes, indeed, he did have autism. He actually inspired me that it was time for me to go back to school and change my career and get an education in something that could help him and other kids who were with those special needs. And so that's how I went back to school to become a special ed teacher, helping kids on autism and with Down syndrome and any other developmental delays that they have. I felt like God has helped me have a lot of patience and a lot of understanding, and not be judgmental of other people and their kids when I see them out in public. Because, so many people are so quick to be judgmental people when they see their kids, acting all crazy and, not having any respect or whatever, and, just being really disruptive out in public. And a lot of people want to judge them and say, oh, they need to get a whooping, or they need to have some kind of type of discipline, or they just let them do whatever. But you never know what's going on in that parent's household, and you never know what's actually really going on with the child. You never know that that child might have something that's really going on with them. Just because they may not look like they have a disability doesn't mean that they don't have a disability. As you can see, he doesn't look like he has a disability, but he does. We try not to define that as that he has one. But, you know, it's like, you know, you can't be judgmental. You know, you have to, like, just look at the bigger picture and just be accepting and, you know, step in and help them. You know, don't be judgmental of what they're doing or what's going on with their child, you know. You know, I see a lot of that, and, you know, that it taught me to be not judgmental. And it also taught me to have a lot of patience. So I'm very patient, you know, working with, you know, with him and kids. And even when they have a behavioral issue, I don't ever take it personal, ever. Torin today has progressed tremendously. He started out as a level 1, being on the autism spectrum, and that was like one of the lowest levels because he didn't talk, he didn't have any social interaction with anyone. He had the behavioral issues where, you know, he would throw things and have tantrums and write on things, but, you know, he's learned how to control those behavioral issues. He has his times, don't get me wrong, he does have his times, but he's very sociable. Sometimes he might get a little nervous at times, but he, you know, there's a time that he wouldn't, you know, just go out and make friends or want to go play with people, but he loves interacting and having friends around. He talks all the time, 90 miles a minute, and he loves being on YouTube, so he is a YouTuber with over 1,000 subscribers. He likes to do cooking shows. He just likes to just be himself on YouTube, really. And you know, as I said, we made a song together because he wanted to, you know, just uplift people and let them know that there might be hard times and they may not feel like they fit in, or, you know, and feel like they're outsiders or whatever, but, you know, it's okay to be who you are, and it's okay, you know, you just have to look up, you know, and keep your head up, and everything's gonna be all right, you know, just be positive. And so he wanted to write something positive to, like, inspire not only kids, but adults as well. I believe God definitely is real. If it was not for him, you know, just, you know, sometimes, you know, you have that little voice that you hear that's telling you, you know, that something is wrong, and, you know, some people just want to not take heed and want to just like ignore it and be like, no, that's not it. That's the doctor said this, or everyone is saying this. You know, listen to that little inner voice in you, because I've always believed that little inner voice that I hear in me that tells me to do something, that's God speaking to me. That's him telling me that, you know, you need to do this or you need to do that. And so I believe he is real. I believe he's real, because if it wasn't for him, you know, just let me know that something's wrong with Torin and go ahead and seek to get him that help, you know, and keep pushing, you know, keep being aggressive with the people, even though they try to tell me that nothing is wrong with him, or don't listen to people when they tell you that, you know, he needs to be on meds, you know. No, there's other ways to help him in his situation, and I believe it's real.
I do gaming videos, and I think I'm always doing dance videos, dancing the songs.
So if we want to watch you, we can go to YouTube and watch your channel?